Hello there, everyone. So welcome to Thursday, November 16th, 2017. Today we are going to talk about the Detroit Red Wings. Okay? So I need to be honest first. I need to be as upfront and honest with everyone as I can. I did not expect the Red Wings to be half decent this season. I expected the Wings to be actually towards the bottom of the league in the standings, and I expected them to probably draft within the top three in 2018. But I can admit that I am wrong. I was wrong. This Red Wing team is a lot better than a lot of people expected, and that I expected. I didn't expect the Wings to be as fast, as talented, as structured as they have looked this season. They have over a 500 record at home at their new building, Little Caesars Arena. They're 500 on the road, 6-6. They're tied for the last wild card spot in the East, and they're 1 point out of the top three in the Atlantic right now. They have 20 points. Through 19 games, and I got to admit I'm rather impressed with the brand of hockey that they're playing. Some of the guys that I thought needed to step up have stepped up. Anthony Mantha, in my opinion, has been their best player overall. He's really taken a huge step forward. He's already got 10 goals, 19 points through the first 19 games. If you were to say, is Anthony Mantha going to be a point per game player this year, I would have said no, but thus far in the season he is. Dylan Larkin having a nice rebuild year from last year, a rebound year I should say, not rebuild. Dylan Larkin had a great rookie campaign, really fell back a couple steps last year, and to me, he looks more of a complete hockey player this year. He's got 18 points. He's got 15 assists, which is really impressive. And, Dylan Larkin, when they drafted him, I don't think they expected him to be, a point per game type of player. They expected him to be, a good leader, a good hockey player, both on the offensive and defensive side of things, being able to play the power play, the penalty kill, good centerman, good at face-offs with a lot of speed and a good shot. That's exactly what he's showing right now. He's showing that he's great at all facets of the game, which is really great to see. Zetterberg, the guy, he's ageless wonder. He's got 4 goals with 8 assists already, so 12 points. Gus Nyquist with 6 goals. Tatar's up there, and Martin Furk. Who the hell's Martin Furk? He's got 6 goals already this year, so a lot of really good things going on for this team. Most importantly, Jimmy Howard looks like the Jimmy Howard of old. He's found some of his old game, and it's really noticeable. He's confident in the net. He's taking good angles. He's coming out when he needs to. He's staying back when he needs to, and ultimately he's cutting down the angles and the bad goals that kind of hampered him last year. And Peter Mrazek has also played really well this year. So having good goaltending, having a structured plan to their game. Their defense is not one of the best in the league, as we know. We've had De Kaiser out pretty much the entire season. He's played maybe a handful of games. The addition of Trevor Daley was really big. Mike Green's playing out of his mind. The guy's got 17 points already, 16 assists in the first 19 games, so that's really good to see. Trevor Daley did get banged up last night, though. It looks like a rib injury, so he might be out for a bit. So we're going to be dipping to Grand Rapids to fill some of that defensive depth, to fill De Kaiser's spot and Trevor Daley's spot. So that might be a little iffy to watch in the next couple weeks. But ultimately, I'm really impressed by this team. They're fast. They're good on the power play. They have 4 shorthanded goals. They had 3 shorthanded goals all of last year. They already have 4 in the first 19 games. So that's really good to see. I really thought that if the Wings last year could have picked up their specialty team play and had a better power play and a better penalty kill, they wouldn't have been even close to as bad as they were. Looks like they really worked on that in the offseason, coming up with a structured game plan to intensify the power play and make sure that the penalty kill was really well intact, and it looks like everything is kind of coming together really nicely. They got some good depth. Big Luke with a huge fight yesterday. he brings a different type of element to this team that they haven't really had since Darren McCarty played here. David Booth has looked pretty solid when he's been inserted into the lineup. And the Wings have a bright future ahead of them. They have about 6 or 7 guys that you got to really look forward to watching play in the next coming years. Martin Ferk, Dennis Chalowski, Michael Rasmussen, Larkin, as we've seen, Mantha, as we've seen, and Andreas Athanasiou, AA. All these guys, all these young, talented hockey players that Ken Holland has been kind of storing and grooming in Grand Rapids, and now is unveiling some of them to the NHL. And next year, when we get Chalowski and Rasmussen in the lineup, they're going to be even bigger and faster. And I think this team really has a nice, bright future ahead of them. I think they still can capitalize this year on ditching Mike Green towards the trade deadline and getting some more draft picks and prospects for him. I think that's going to be a really important move for Ken Holland to capitalize on. But other than that, I really like where this team is headed. I like the way that they've played this year. They were a definite surprise and one of the big surprises in the NHL thus far. So I'm really happy to see the product that's on the ice, and I look forward to watching them for the rest of the year. Hopefully you guys do too, and then hopefully we can sneak into a playoff spot and start a new playoff streak. And we had our 25-year playoff streak snapped last year, which was really sad. So what better way to get over that than to start a new one? Let's start that with this year. I'm excited to see what we got left in the tank for the next 62 games. So lots of season left, lots of games left, but I'm excited what I've seen so far. So let's see what we can achieve for the rest of the year. Other than that, that's all I got to say. I go.